It looks like it's time for another penny cent hunt. Can't wait to get into it. Because the last hunt I had with nickels was, PU would pretty much will describe it. It's probably something that's been coming for a long time, but hey, I believe in this penny box here and another penny box that I've got ready to go. We're going to find a lot of cool stuff. I see it happening in the future. It's Silver Chupacabra, and it's time for a penny cent box hunt. Can't wait to get into this. The last hunt we had with pennies was a decent one, at least for the first box, but then we kind of had a bummer of a second box. One of the nice finds that we had, other than a 1919, which we kind of already had in there, that went into the secondary collection deal, was this 1937S. 34 million, that's still a lot, but a lot of mintage, but getting an S in the 30s or anywhere 20s, teens is always something you cultivate, and it was awesome. So as you can see, we got, of course, plenty to fill in here on this one. I'm always amazed when I actually find a nice one that could fit in there and it's already filled. Got all these holes. What the heck? Here is the 1940 to 1974, 1941 to 1974 collection books, and we still have some of the same deals here. Steel pennies, of course, probably it would take some big time luck to get any of these. The 41S and the 42S have a lot of mintage there. San Francisco or not, when you're up to 90 and 80 million, that's a lot. Still missing 57, 58 Philadelphia's. It amazes me. Been at this for now, what? Year and a half, year and 3/4, something like that. And we do have a 50S, which that's a pretty big mintage there too. So all those are they're getters, and let's hope that actually happens. Let's go ahead and take a look at the enders in this box. Okay, so here's the top side of this first box. And I already see some very cool things popping out. Got a few newbies on there, that's for sure. And I'm seeing old and new alike here, but take a look. There's one wheatback sitting there, but we're not done. There is a second wheatback. Pretty darn cool. Very interesting toning on that. In fact, I'm going to bring in Mr. Magnet. It is not magnetic, so it is not. The light post there is. That's why the magnet attached to that. But it did not attach to the wheatback, so it is not a steel cent. But that's all right. Well, at least we know we've got two wheatbacks in this box. Of course, as we always say, it's what's inside. It's going to have all the goodies. Let's get right to it. On to roll 8, and a bit of a slow start to this penny box, but a lot of my penny box starts usually go to about 12 or 13, and then it starts coming in, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I brought you in because we've got a couple of visitors from a foreign country. You know that one very easily. That's Canadian, and we know that the date is going to be on this side of the coin here as well. Nice little luster to it. 2000. Cool beans. Going down a little bit. This one looks a little bit older. Actually, you know what? Let's turn it over. Let's see what face we have here. It's one of the, not the young face, but it's kind of that late 60s, 70s. So that's what I would expect out of this. 1977. Cool. Couple Canadians. Right now they're out battling the Wheaties 2-0. See if the Wheaties can strike back. To roll 13, and we're going to have our first Wheatie find here. I only know that because this was one of the rolls that the ender was showing. This was the back end here. All right, let's go ahead and show it again. Seeing some years there. Nice dark brown tan it's got. Modicum of detail there. A few pop marks. I think in 40s, but it would not surprise me for the 50s to shape up. It is the 50s, 1952. The Denver Mint mark. Cool. Now, as I was looking at that, I did notice that this popped up. A very chewed up front of a Canadian penny. So this will be the third one of these. It's not younger. I think it's about the same age as the last one. Probably 70s. 74. Cool. So Canada continues to lead the way 3-1. On a roll, was that 19? Yeah, 19 of this box. A very, very dry box. And I don't even have a Wheatie find here, or a Canadian. That's Canadians have been coming out in droves here. I broke into this for a 59D because I'm bored. Since nothing is coming out of this box so far, I thought hey man, this is pretty cool. First year memorial. In this good a condition. It's too bad about that little spot right there. This thing is beautiful. Not sure if that'll be an upgrade or not in any of my books, but still, very cool find. 1959 out of Denver. We're on a roll 26 of this first box of the current penny hunt. We are still only at one Wheatie. And that was the ender, too. We already knew about that. We know we're going to have at least two, but it just does not look promising. Canadian coins, we're getting a lot of. I mean, this will be number 4 here for the Canadian coins. And hopefully we got something that's got a little age to it, but it is one of our younger faces. 60s, 70s, somewhere in there. We'll find out. Actually, 1980 in this case. Can't remember if 1980 has a couple of different ones or not, but we'll take a look at it later, of course. But that's 4 Canadian pennies and 1 Wheatie. Wow. On to roll 29, and we finally have a Wheatie inside a roll. It's been a long while. Didn't think this was going to happen. The reverse facing. Like I'm sitting here thinking, I'll take 58s and 57s if you got them at this point. Something. Yeah, a little bit of wear, but not too much there. Probably 50s. A lot of detail on the front. No, it's the 40s. 44D. That's 44. That's in pretty good shape, though. It could be a replacer, an upgrader. Couldn't think of the word for a second. Anyway, cool. That stokes me up a little bit. Let's go on. Roll 33 of this very slow penny box hunt. At least we're getting some types of coins. Sure, finding Wheaties. This one was popping out on the back end. That obviously is not a Lincoln. It's going to be foreign. It's not Canadian this time out either. Guess that's a pig or a warthog, one of the other ones. But it's 1990, whatever it is. Usually the ones with the animals are usually either Bermuda or Bahamas. Let's see which one this is. Just like Canadian coins, I can't turn these ones right either. Queen Elizabeth, and it is from Bermuda. Nice. Well, since I'm not finding Wheaties, at least I'm finding a bunch of foreign coins. That's number 5 on the foreign coins list. On to roll 36, and roll 36 was the second roll that had an ender. That was a Wheatie. There it is. We've only had one. We had 2 of these enders who were Wheaties, and we've only had one that was in another roll. This will be the 3rd find. Very, very slow on this box. And it happens. And there's a lot of detail, probably in the 50s. 1956 out of Denver. Yep. Still got a little bit to look through, the whole roll, in fact. Maybe we'll find something else. On to roll 43. And I'm not bringing you in for a Wheatie find. Why would I be doing that? We are still at 3 finds, by the way. 2 of those were enders. Now I'm going to bring you in for another Canadian, of course. This is the Canadian box that I'm getting here. And this one's a blazer too, folks. This is Purdy. I have not been getting a whole lot that I know of. I don't think I really have anything past like 2005. I'm wondering if this is going to be a young one. Ooh, look at that. So the date's going to be on the other side, but this is still very, very nice. Side to side, of course. There she is. It's that 2002 commemorative. Very, very cool. I don't know if that'll be an upgrader or not, but we'll find out, won't we? It's too bad about that splotch there. I could probably wash that with hot water, but eh. That is the 5th Canadian find. Six foreigns altogether. We'll see if we've got anything else in this roll. So on to roll 45, and at the very end of the roll, it was obviously on the obverse, because it didn't see the wheat backs. Wow, we actually have a wheat find inside a roll. This will be number 4. 1957 out of Denver. Not a big deal or anything, but when you're not finding a lot of wheat pennies, wow, you're not. Roll 46, and guess what? 2 rolls in a row. This one was almost another ender here. This one's a little, I was going to say chewed up, but maybe that's just a little schmooze. Lots of detail there. I'm not expecting anything old here. When I mean old, I mean 30s, 20s, and teens. Wow, that's an interesting scratch. I don't think this is 40s, by the way. And how wrong I am. It's a 1952 S, San Francisco. We did have a 1952 D earlier. So that's kind of cool. At least we didn't get a double in there. 1 roll left. We are on roll 49. And we do have another Wheatie, although it's one we've already got, or found in this box. But can't complain because it's either that or none. 1952D. It's also in good shape. Still need the Philadelphia for the mint cycle. And by the way, we do have another find. It's that 12-sided Canadian that we get from time to time. These are, 80s through the early 90s. Let's see which one this is. 1984. Well, It is 6 Canadian coins and 6 Wheaties. 6-6 score. Got one roll to decide who wins the box, I guess. I don't know. Canada or the U.S. I'll be back. So that is the end of the first box of this hunt. It was not the best of boxes, that is for sure. 6 total Wheaties, 2 of those being enders, by the way. And what do we have? 6 Canadians and one other foreign coin there from Bermuda 1990, which was pretty cool find, actually. Blazer 1959, which, heck, it's probably the best find so far in here. Maybe other than that Bermuda coin. Hopefully the next box will have something in it. Let's go ahead and check out the enders for that second box. So here is the second box of enders. Definitely I'm seeing a lot more newer coins in there. Look at all those shields in there. Yikes. But after bombing on a 2-ender Wheatie box on the last one, maybe getting newer enders is the thing to do. I don't know. Anyway, don't see any Wheaties on this one. There's some copper there. I would say most of it's definitely zinc. Look at all those shields there. Hopefully the insides will be a little bit more fruitful in this one. Let's get to it. So, 4 rolls into this second box of the current hunt, and we've got a Wheatie. Down near the end here. It's got a little bit of wear to it on the wheat ears, excuse me. Let's see what the wear looks like on the front. I would say, actually, the front looks pretty darn good. I'm still going to say 40s. It is in the 40s, and there we are. That's right, my jam, 1944. It's the day without sunshine if I don't get that date, and 1941 out of Philly. But very, very cool. And to roll 13 of this second box of the current hunt. It's gotten a little bit slow here again. But this box has got us going on Canadian coins too. Which is pretty cool. 1969. Nice. We got 55 years old on that one. Decent shape. The outburst is in a little less decent shape, but not too bad. I will bring you back in if something else pops up in this roll. Roll 18 of this second box of the current hunt. This one kind of snuck up on us here. Yeah, that's right, folks. I think it's a 1944. I do not believe there is a mint mark there. It just looks like a blotchy mark. To be honest, it's actually got pretty good detail on it. There's the back end of it. Well, cool. That's another find, but if you look up here, these Wheatie finds, they're all kind of confined to, 44, 52, and then, of course, you got these solitary ones out at 56 and 57. Because I, of course, want to see Wheaties of all kinds, but a little more of a variety would be nice. On to roll 29 of this second box of the current hunt. And we have got our third Wheatie find of this box. It's been so lonely here. Yeah, this has been beaten up pretty darn good. It's a moderate wear. It's hard to kind of tell whether this is really old or not, but we're, hope springs eternal. The front Yeah, kind of hard to tell as well. This could be 50s as well either, so we're going to find out real quickly here. Does have a mint mark. I cannot tell if that is a 4 or what. It is a 4. 46. 1946. Well, at least it's not 1944 or 1952. Can't open for something a little bit older, though. But the way these two boxes have kind of went, hopefully something else pops up for us to look at. On to roll 32 of this second box of the current hunt. No, unfortunately, I'm not bringing you in for a Wheatie. You're still at 3 for this box and what, 9 total? I don't know what to tell you. Actually, I think we have 10 total, excuse me. So that's 4 for this box, I think. My counting might be off a little bit. Anyway, brought you in for another Canadian. This one's in the 70s. It's going to be 1974. Very, very nice. The reverse looks like a little bit of decent shape. Pretty cool. 6 rolls left in this second box. That means I believe we're all 44. And no, I do not have a Wheatie find. And by the way, we still only have 3. I had miscounted earlier. I thought I'd had 10, but it is 9. So 3 for this box. 6 for the first one. This came out on one of them. Now, I do not think this is a blank planchet, which would be darn cool, but I don't know. I'll show you on up close in the sculpture in a little bit, but there are striations going across. You could probably see that for yourselves there. I'm going to take it that somebody somehow took all the features off. But I'll tell you what, that's a pretty darn good job, man. How do you do that and still keep the form without gouging stuff out? You can see a little bit of lettering in there too, but most of it's pretty much all gone. So here it is up close. Like I said, you can see the striations going across in this north-south way. Of course, if I change it, it's east-west, but not really much to see on this. Let's take a look at the other side. Like I said, I don't think it's a blank planchet. I think it was something at one time, or it was a penny. But somebody took that out. I'd like to know how they did, what tool they used to do that. Yeah, very interesting miscellaneous find. On roll 46 of the second box of this current hunt. No, it did not bring you in here for a Wheatie find. Got another Canadian, and this actually ties up the Wheaties. 9-9. Let's see what year. Actually, let's see what head we get first. Usually can give us an idea. That looks like a young head. I'm actually thinking 60s for this. Let's see what we got. I already showed the 6, sorry. 1963. It's my birth year. Nice. Cool. So it is 9-9. Canada and US are tied up. 2 roll 48. As you can see, 2 rolls left. Hey, guess what, folks? I got a Wheatie find. It'll be the 4th of this box. Pretty good detail on that. Nice brownie. Nice looking brownie so far, at least. Do we have an interesting date? Let's say there's moderate wear there. Thinking 40s. I am missing my other jam, 1941 Philly, so hey. It's going to have a mint mark. It is in the 40s. It's another 44. Oh my God. Wow, it just doesn't seem to go anywhere. So what is that? 3 44Ds and a 44S? I could be wrong on that. But as you can see, we got 4 of them up there. Just no spread on this one. But, I guess that happens. So, there is the second box, and it is empty. That is the end of it. 10 total Wheatie finds, 9 total Canadian finds. Ah, man. I'm debating on bringing a third box in here just to make it interesting. My last nickel box hunt was kind of like this, just nothing. So it's after a couple of months of just great boxes, I got getting nothing in the last few hunts. And you gotta hunt it to find it. Sometimes it's just not always going to be there for you. Anyway, I'll make a decision. You'll find out which way I'm going to go after the next clip. Okay, so I actually have decided we're going to a third box. So here it is, or at least the top enders for it. Looking kind of like a mix, just like we usually get. I just mix of copper and zinc. No Wheatie enders on any of this. So far, that hasn't been good luck or bad luck. It just hasn't been any kind of, well, it's been probably bad luck. Anyway, hopefully this one's going to turn out some coins that are a little more interesting than what we've had so far. Let's go to roll 1 of this box. You're on to roll 2 of this third box of this current hunt. And check it out. We do actually have a wheat back staring at us. I'm just hoping it's not 1944 or 1952. I like to see something different in the window here. A lot of detail. I don't really see much. Don't see much wear pattern on that. Looking at it, it's got a lot of detail in the portrait. Probably 50s. Love to see a 57 and a 58 from Philly. I'll tell you that. It will be Denver, and it is in the 50s, 54. That's the first time I've got a 54. I'm doing handstands, folks. Nice. Pretty good shape, too. On to the 5th roll of this third box of the current hunt. And we've got find number 2, Wheatie-wise, and it's actually the obverse that's sticking out. Just happened to notice that. 1950 sticking out there. Would have been really nice if it had an S mint mark, unfortunately. That will be Philadelphia. Not unfortunately, it's great. As long as it's not 44 and 52. We can actually put this in its own little spot up here, which is nice. Bring you back in if something else in this roll pops up. Still on roll 5, and we've got our third Wheatie find popping up. Already we've had more action in 5 rolls than, frankly, most of 2 boxes. It's a 45S. I believe that's an S. Yep, just a nice big S. Very, very cool. So on to roll 8, and man, this box so far has been outstanding. I noticed this one, at least peeking out, kind of like this on the back part of this roll. It had that kind of a look that you sometimes go, could be old, and darn if it wasn't. 1941, San Francisco. And you know what? I don't remember if I need that or not, but that actually might be a hole filler. 41 out of San Francisco. Usually I either get D or most often I get the Philadelphia. Very, very cool find. Cool, well, on to roll 9. On to roll 9 of this third box of the current hunt, and I'm liking the decision to go to this extra box more and more. This will be the 5th Wheatie find in 9 rolls. In this one, you will see the reverse is showing. Actually, it looks like got a bit of wear here. I'll pull it up here a little bit too. You can see on the wheat ears, some of it is a little bit more smooth than it usually is. I'm hoping this is going to be in the 30s. Could also be in the 40s or 50s too. Well, let's find out. I'll tell you what, the portrait is pretty good detail. What's going on with his eye? It's looking a little more realistic than it should be. 19. Well, there's a mint mark. Usually don't get mint marks on the older ones, unless you're lucky. 1951 out of Denver. Well, would have been nice if we got an older, but this is not one that we have found yet, which is very cool. All 5 of the Wheaties we've found in this box so far are different dates. Very. On to roll 15 of this third box of the current hunt. And we got another obverse sticking out up here. We had a lot of obverses lately just kind of open up and say hello. 55D. This is the 6th find of this box, which already ties the first box's number. It's already way over, well, a couple over the second boxes. 1955 out of Denver. We do not have a 55. It'll go in between that and the 56, not their Bermuda one. Cool. On to roll 21 of this box hunt. And we've got the wheat back facing us right here. Let's go ahead and pull it out. I would say that's got plenty of detail there. A little bit of wear on the outer left, but not too much. Well, I'm thinking 50s again, but it'd be nice to get some 30s. 19. It is a 4. 49D. Cool. Do not have a 49 out yet. Nice one. We will go ahead and take a look through the rest. See if there's anything else to look at. We are on roll 30 of this third box of the current hunt. And it's gotten pretty slow, to be honest. It's about at the start here. We do have a find. Nice scratchy 1940. We'll bring it this way. It's probably easier to see that way anyway, right? There we go. You can see all the nice scratches there. Let's check out the back end here. Yeah, got detail, a little bit of wear though, but it's cool. This is the 8th find of this box. This is roll 41 of this third box of the current hunt. And we did not have anything in the 4th roll, or 4th row, not roll. So we're still at 8 Wheaties. One thing we have not seen in this box yet is a Canadian coin. Well, that's going to change right there. Take a look at that. You can see the GE and a little bit of the outskirt of the O there. That is going to be a George VI. And if you take a look there, that IND with the colon and IMP with a colon as well. I'm not sure if they call that colon in Canada or not. And I'm a simple man, by the way. Anyway, this is going to be at least 1947 or older. They may have made, if it is a 1947 coin, they may have made it in 1948. That is the year of India independence. I didn't even explain the IND, IMP. At this point, Britain is still an empire, so to speak, and India is still under British rule. Anyway, let's pull her out, and it actually looks like it's a decent condition too. Man, I just love the look of this coin for some reason. I always get goosebumps when I find this thing. I'm in Denver. How am I even finding things like this? But this is so cool. Now, Never Canadian coins side to side on the flips. I am not very good with even with the side to side when it comes to the date. Let's see if I can do it halfway decently. There we go. Obviously 1900s. It'll be 1940 something. All right, 1941. Very cool. This is easily the best find of these 3 boxes. I am very, very stoked about that. On to roll 43. And no, it's not going to be a weedy find. We are struggling in that one. But this is the second Canadian 3 rolls. I believe, look at that, it looks like that's the bottom end of a 7, but we'll take a look at it. Yep, it is. So 1975, that will be not the youngest of Elizabeth portraits, but a younger Elizabeth. Cool, 1975. On to roll 47. As you can see, I got 3 left. Still, I haven't seen a Canadian in 17 rolls, and you're not going to see one here either. However, we do have an Elizabeth. I think that's a younger one. I mean, that might actually be young Elizabeth. I haven't gotten too many of these. That would be very cool. It did look a little bit different. I know it wasn't George. Anyway, I'm interested to see what the date is in here. Early 60s? Late 50s? It will be 60s. 1963. I think we got one either. We might have gotten one of these in this hunt. It was either that or the last one. Cool, 63. I'll roll 50 of this hunt. Alright, had the fan on there. I'll roll 50 of this hunt. As you can see, none left. We finally, after 20 straight rolls of nada, get one, and of course it's a 58. We have not had a 58 today. 58D. Funny thing is, I'm looking at the back here, that's actually got a bit of wear. Even though the details are there, you can see wear there. Yeah, that's a 58. Cool. At least it's a find. Cannot complain about that. Okay, so here is basically, there's nothing left. This is the summary. No, I'm not going to add a 4th box. Sometimes you just got to cut the beast loose and go on. Do it another day. So anyway, 18, I believe it's 18 wheat finds and about 13 Canadian, well, 13 foreigns, 12 Canadian, 1 Bermuda, but we'll kind of go through here and show you what I got there. There's a 1940 Philly, 1941 S, and I believe that is going to be a hole filler in the 41 to 74 book, which is very, very cool. Bunch of 44s, all Philly. That's my jam. I didn't get any 41s, by the way, Philly, so very interesting. 44 out of Denver. 45 San Francisco, got a 46 Philly, so we got a 50 Philly, 49 out of Denver, 51 out of Denver, a couple of 52s out of Denver, and a 52 out of San Fran. 54 Denver, 55, 56, 57, 58. And once again, I do not get a 57 and a 58 Philly. It's just mind-boggling to me. I know I'm in Denver, but hey, come on. A year? The coolest coin, well, I don't want to call this the coolest find of this hunt. 41 out of Canada. Massively cool. Yep, turned it the wrong way. Sorry. I always like getting George VI. Got a couple of 63s. There is a 69. We've got a couple of 74s, a 75, 77. We've got an 80. We've got an 84, which is in very nice condition. 2000, if it just didn't have those marks, it would be in great condition. A nice shiny 2002 commemorative. There is the Bermuda penny. I just love the pig, man, with its little hairs standing up like that. It's just awesome. 1990. Have not figured out. I still think somebody ground both sides off. Is it a blank planchet? I don't know necessarily. I got to kind of look at that and to figure out whether blank planchets look like that or not. Some nice shiny ones. 59D, 62D. That is a 60D. Not sure why I have that out of order. They're not nice and shiny, but I don't find a lot of 69s out of Philly that are nice and shiny. Anyway, pretty cool. So we are now at the point of collections and seeing what happened to them. There were no varieties rares, so right past that, and let's get right to it. This is the primary U.S. penny piece, 1941, 1974. Pointed to the wrong one. Still pointed to the wrong one. 1941S. Got that on this one. That's cool. And look at that. 4 empty spots. You know, these are a fantasy. That one isn't really. And I believe there is a couple more over here. Well, 3 more over here. Like I said, I don't know why these haven't come up yet. That one, over 100 million made. Well, you know how it is. But cool, we got a spot. I always love getting at least a spot. The secondary piece, we were able to fill in the 1950 out of Philly. That was nice. And then Canadian-wise, a couple of things. That 41. It's nice and neatly right in there beside the 1940. 1940 is the oldest one I've found on the Canadian Ascent Trail. So you can see, and we're starting to get some Georges. That's nice. What is that? 4 Georges? I'll take them. The only other one, I did an update on this one. There was a big stain on the 63 that was in here, so I updated it. I like that one a bit better. So, anyway, that is the end of this penny hunt. Hopefully the next one will be a little more fruitful. I'm hoping the next nickel hunt is going to be a little more fruitful, which will come after this piece. I do have some weedy rolls that I had recently purchased that I'll probably do a vid on. See if we can find any really nice finds in the weedy rolls. That way you're at least guaranteed weedies. Of course, who knows? I've gotten some memorials in some of these rolls as well. Anyway, what is this, like Saturday here? I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend and the upcoming week going into June. We're finishing off May. Almost half a year, so half a year already in 2024. This year's going by fast. We will see you for the next video. Be safe out there. Cheers to all.